Hey, good morning, guys. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you your morning weather, water, and trail chatter report. And so Mary's going to start with the water and weather, and then after, we have some news that's going around the world. All right, go ahead and take it away, Mary.
All right, good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, August 31st, and here in Blairsville right now, it is 61 degrees with some haze. We're looking at a high of 77 today with a mixture of clouds and sun this morning, followed by increasing clouds and showers developing later on this afternoon. 60% chance of rain, and the winds will be light and variable. Tonight, we have considerable cloudiness and then some decrease in the clouds late, slight chance of a rain shower, light and variable winds. Blood Mountain today, we're looking at a high of 69 degrees, dropping down to 64 later on this afternoon. It will be partly sunny with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Winds will be 5 miles per hour and a 20% chance of rain. And then tonight, 56 degrees with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms before 7 p.m. Partly cloudy, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 20, and then a 20% chance of rain. Water's good on the trail for the most part. Make sure you're topping off at Hawk Mountain Shelter as you hike north. You have 6.2 miles before you reach your next water source after that. That will be Justice Creek. And then Slaughter Creek has had water. I would expect it to start dwindling without much rain. So try to top off before then because you will not have any water climbing over Blood. And then Neal Gap to Hogpen Gap is dry. Hogpen Gap has had water, so you can get water there. And then after that, Low Gap Shelter will have water. You should be good all the way to Fontana Dam. I was at Dix Creek, and water is flowing wonderfully there. And that does dry up during the summer months, so we still have a good flow there. Let's watch for the snakes. They're everywhere across the trail, rocks, boulders, stumps. Just check before you sit down to pick things up. We do have the cow rock boulders that have the copperhead nest, and there's rattlesnakes up in there too. Yesterday, I picked up some riders at Unicoi Gap about 7:15 last night, and I brought them back to Tesnity. We've been assisting them for several hikes while they've been here, and they did tell me that the day they climbed over Cow Rock, they did see the copperheads and the rattlesnakes. So another group of hikers definitely saying they saw them. They were also telling me that they saw 2 bears yesterday in the vicinity of Blue Mountain Shelter. One was up in the trees eating acorns, and the other one was digging around in a log, probably for grubs. They said that they both looked like juvenile bears, probably freshly out on their own for the first time.
Well, that's the Blue Mountain Shelter.
Right.
There's been a mother up there for years with a little den up there, so that's definitely probably part of that crew.
I bet it is. They were also saying when they were coming down into Unicoi Gap, probably about 0.8 or 0.9 south of Unicoi, they encountered a yellow jacket swarm.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the nose.
And he said the guy, he got stung about a dozen times.
Not
The
good.
lady that was with him, she was fortunate enough to get ahead. It seemed like they were only interested in him. I think once they sting someone, they kind of
Sure.
send out whatever,
Yeah,
pheromones or whatever, and they kind of all come to one spot.
that's right.
He
Yeah.
got whacked several times, so if you're hiking in that spot, let's remember the yellow jackets and let's try to be careful. I think somebody must have stirred them up because somebody came down into the parking lot about 10 minutes before they did, and this person didn't look like they were, well, I don't know, I can't speculate, but they looked pretty unscathed, so maybe they stirred them up as they were
Probably.
coming through, and then they got
Yeah.
whacked with them.
That's how it usually happens.
Yeah,
right?
so let's remember that as you're coming northbound from Blue Mountain Shelter down into Unicoi Gap, about 0.8 or 0.9 before you get down into Unicoi. Watch out for the yellow jackets. All right, so let's see, what else do we have going on? Newfound Gap Road, of course, on the Tennessee side, it's still closed from Sugarlands to Newfound Gap. They're projecting on or before September 30th for the repairs to be done, and you can access Newfound from Cherokee on the North Carolina side. That's free and clear open. Closures and warnings for bears up in the Smokies. Kephart, Prong, and Ice Water Spring shelters are closed. All of the trails are open. Campsites 23 96, 49, 83, and 84 are closed. The warnings are Charlie's Bunyan, Trillium Gap Trail, Ramsey Cascades Trail, Bradley Fork Trail, Dry Sluice Gap, Kephart Prong Trail, Campsite 113. Let's remember, no matter where we are, leave no trace. Let's do proper storage and disposal of our food and trash items and keep it as clean or better than when we found it. And that goes for everywhere. All right, Donald, I'm turning it over to you now. You can talk about some other stuff we have going on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're very welcome.
All right, sweet. All right, guys, so it's 5:31 a.m. on 8/31/2025. And so we're going to start out this morning with Arizona rescues. In Phoenix, 2 hikers suffering from heat exhaustion had to be rescued by firefighters on Camelback Mountain in South Mountain on Saturday. This place is a hot spot for people getting hurt, man, I swear, dude. So both rescues occurred at 9:30 a.m. when temps were 93 degrees Fahrenheit, showing that heat-related dangers can present themselves well before the hottest time of the day. South Mountain, the first hiker rescued was a man suffering from heat exhaustion who could not make it down the South Mountain on his own. Despite cooling measures provided by medical personnel, the man had to be guided down the trail by a big wheel stretcher. He was taken to the hospital for further evaluation. Camelback Mountain, for the second rescue cruise, was sent to the Echo Canyon Trail for a woman who was suffering from a knee injury. Upon further evaluation, it was determined that she had overheated as well and could not make it back down the mountain. She was guided down via big wheel stretcher and taken to the hospital in stable condition. Yeah, 9:30 a.m. Isn't that during the don't hike there
Yes,
time?
that's 8 to 5, I believe.
Yeah, so. All right, and so Black Mountain Rescues crews from Daisy Mountain Fire and Medical handled a mountain rescue at Black Mountain Preserve. According to officials, a man was hiking the trail and became too tired to make it back. Crews found the man and helped him safely down the trail. He refused to be taken to the hospital, guys.
There was another one also in Tempe. Somebody had called for rescue, and by the time rescue got out there, they had found their way down the mountain, and they were all good. So, all's well ends well.
Sure, that's
They were
good
able
to
to
hear.
self-rescue.
Good.
And, so a lot of things going on in Arizona. And, of course, when you're hiking in the heat of the day or, past that 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. thing, you're still looking at the triple digits and everything. It's hot.
That's
So
right, dude.
let's be
That's right.
cautious.
All right, and so in West Glacier, Montana, a 73-year-old from Iowa is dead after falling 450 feet off of a trail.
Wow.
And so Diane Bunker of Muscatine, Iowa, that fell, the officials have identified her as Diane Bunker. So Bunker was hiking in a group up on the Highline Trail when she tripped and sustained fatal injuries from a fall, according to park officials. Park staff were notified about a hiker who fell from the trail around 11 a.m. and closed going to the Sun Road during recovery efforts. The Flathead County coroner is conducting the autopsy, and investigation is underway. Glacier National Park released the following information. On Wednesday, August 27th, a woman hiking in a group on the Highline Trail in Glacier National Park tripped and sustained fatal injuries from a fall. She has been identified as 73-year-old Diane Bunker of Muscatine, Iowa. At approximately 11 a.m., park staff were alerted of a female who had fallen off the Highline Trail while hiking with a large group. Bunker tripped and fell off the edge of the trail out of sight from her hiking party. The fall occurred between Big Bend and Triple Arches. The Going to the Sun Road was closed from Logan Pass to Big Bend for about an hour to conduct the recovery. 2 Bear Air was dispatched to search for the fallen hiker. 2 Bear Air located and recovered her below the trail. She sustained traumatic injuries after falling roughly 450 feet. She was brought to the Apgar Horse Corrals and transferred to the Flathead County coroner. An investigation is ongoing. Glacier National Parks officials would like to thank 2 Bear Air Rescue, Flathead County Sheriff's Department, and NPS staff. Glacier National Park staff would express their sincere condolences to the family and ask the public to respect their privacy. And so, from what I understand, that was exposed ridge and a huge drop off on one side, and the trail was like got down to like 3 feet in some spots wide. And so, I don't know. That's really too bad. Tragic.
Sure is.
Got to be real careful up there on the edges, man.
And that just shows us, I think no matter where it is that we're hiking, just the slightest little misstep and it can end in catastrophic
That's
results.
right, dude.
So, really sad to hear this news.
Definitely, dude. And I don't know if anyone heard this, but the missing Grant Gardner, the Minnesota man that went missing in Cloud Peak, he was found deceased just under the, I believe, somewhere down below the summit or something off the trail. So he didn't make it very far from the peak, which is super unfortunate. All right, and that's about all we have. So yesterday, I believe it was it yesterday that Jordan picked no,
The day before.
it was the day before, but we had a southbounder that came down through, a northbounder that was coming down through with a rental car, and the Hertz wanted him to go from airport to airport, so he needed to drop it at an airport, which turned out to be he chose the Atlanta airport, Hartsfield Jackson. And so Jordan went down there and met him. We picked him up, got him back to his car. When Jordan got back to his car, his tire was flat. It didn't want to start. There was a dead battery. When they got under the hood, there was a squirrel's nest under there, man. So they jumped the car. They pumped the car tire up, man. And the vehicle was running rough. And so all the lights were on, like the check engine light and stuff, man. And so anyways, he asked Jordan to, ride near him, in front of him, and back of him or whatever, but not to just take off on him, and just in case his car broke down. And definitely they got down the road and the car stalled out. And I believe that the alternator wires are chewed because it wasn't keeping a charge. Probably other wires also, man, but definitely the dude. So, they pull over, man. He parks his car. Jordan has a ride, man. And it's like, I think it's like, it was a 7 o'clock ride, but they were there at 5:30. But I believe Jordan made it to Amicalola at like 3:17 or 3:19. But after all the issues and working on the vehicle and stuff, man, it was around 4 o'clock and Jordan needed to go. So when the dude broke down, we were pressed for time. And so we stopped, we checked the vehicle, or Jordan and the rider checked the vehicle out. They ended up going in town. The rider found that some of the wires were chewed. So he went to a car spot or a car parts place and picked up some wires, man. And Jordan had to drop them there in Dahlonega and head back up to Hogpen Gap and pick up our riders and get them over to Woody Gap. And so from Dahlonega to Hogpen is about an hour ride, maybe a little bit less. But either way, let's just call it an hour. And then over to Woody Gap, let's call it an hour, 45 minutes. So Jordan needed to come up here, get to Hogpen, pull our rider over there, go back, and after he dropped from Woody, he could head down 60 back into Dahlonega, which is about 25 minutes, 20 minutes. Get into Dahlonega, pick the dude up at the parts store, get over to the car, and they put the wires on it, tried to fix it, but it just didn't want to start. It wasn't holding a charge. It was not going to. Those wires, man, when you just wire them together like that, you had the wrong gauge. It's not transferring enough electricity or pushing enough power through to the vehicle to probably keep it running, man. It needs to be a solid connection. You can't just twist the wires up, man, and expect it to work. It's just not going to work that way. It might not. It's a 50-50 shot. Anyways, they didn't get the vehicle going, so Jordan stayed with them for a minute to make sure that he could get a wrecker there, and the car was towed to Nissan, I believe. But either way, man, the vehicle sat for 5 months at Amicalola, and this all happened during that 5 month time. And as you could see, the vehicle was a newer vehicle. I don't know what year it was, man, but either way, it was a newer vehicle, man. It should have definitely held up for 5 months with a battery and stuff, man. But it didn't. Vehicles get beat down there at Amicalola long-term parking. It's a safe spot to park your car, but think of it like this, man. That's cutting through a forest right there, man. There's dirt. It's a dirt road. Cars are driving up and down it. There's dust storms every single day coming back down on your vehicle, man, which can ruin the paint and stuff. But also, not only that, it gets all through your car, man. And then other things that happen, man. Pollen fall on it. Tons of storms. There was the one vehicle, a tree branch fell on it. What was it, last year
That's
or the
right,
year
that's
before,
right.
man? There's a lot of things that can happen down there, and insurance will cover it all. But there are ways to avoid this too, man. And so you just have to prep your car for the time it's going to be parked. And I don't think a lot of people know this either, man, that when you leave your vehicle out there, this is a wet area too, man. So there's condensation, man. So if you even leave your window cracked a little bit, man, you're going to get mold in your car. And this is what happened to this dude. I've had it happen to us years ago. I don't do it anymore. Never made that mistake again. But if you leave your car open just a little bit, then your vehicle will mold. And so you have to leave those windows shut tight. Either way, man, there's other things that happen too, man. And it's just nature taking over, man. But definitely, we're going to do a segment on a video on how to prepare your vehicle to sit at Amicalola for the amount of time that y'all are going to be hiking. And so, anyways, the person was able to get a tow truck and got his vehicle. We don't know what happened after, but definitely that is that can be an issue for a lot of people. And this is the thing, man, is you can literally pick the cars out. Remember that Camaro we watched disintegrate down there years ago, man? We watched a Camaro sit there, man, and it literally had flat tires. The pollen was it was just,
You get all that black mold all over the outside on the paint.
and you've always got those assholes out there that don't give a shit about the dings on their car, man, and they open their door and hit your car. Next thing you know, you get a ding on your car. I don't park our cars up in the parking lots. I usually park way out back, man. And so it's just because I don't like dings on my car. But if you got a nice car, man, you know what I mean? You leave it there for 6 months, you're probably going to have some dings and dents and who knows what else, man? Who knows what else?
Multiple
And
flat
then
tires.
squirrels, snakes, rodents, possums, everything you can think of living in your engine bay and up in your fender wells and
That's right.
and inside your car, man. You know what I mean, dude?
We've seen multiple wasp nests being
Yes,
built up in
dude,
the
that's right.
fender wells.
That's
up under
right,
there.
dude. Wasp nest. Remember that one we saw at Springer
I sure
Mountain,
do,
dude?
I sure do.
That car sat there for a year, guys, man, and I had a wasp nest or a bee's nest that had built because someone had ripped the door off to the gas tank and obviously probably tried to steal gas from it, but bees had built a nest in the filler tube, man, right there at the gas where the gas tank or excuse me, the gas cap and stuff is. So but that car, man, the woods took that thing over. It sat there for about a year, man.
I did.
Yeah, that one sat there for about a year. But the thing is, guys, is we see this all the time, man, and it never really even dawned on me. It was like, man, that is an issue. So we're definitely going to talk about it, man, because I think that it will help a lot of people if they know that this is going to happen to them, or it could be a possibility. 80% chance says yes, it's going to happen if you leave your car there for months, man.
If you drive down in there during the year, the folks that have left their cars there for the through hikes, they all look abandoned.
We're going to do some video on it, man, so people can see it, man. maybe you need to hire someone to go down there and start your car up, man, and brush it off or
Yeah.
something, man, or find a better spot to leave it, man, where someone can take care of it. Anyways, man, that might be a good business for someone.
Right.
It's really,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought about it years ago, man. My friend Jeff Moon and I were gonna build a parking lot, but the more things that you add on to your business, those are more things that you have to do, and it will eventually consume you, man. And it takes all the fun out of everything. Trust me,
That's right.
I'm an expert at that. And so, anyways, that's what we have to say about the vehicle down at Amicalola. Now, it is gorgeous weather out here right now, guys. I mean, just gorgeous. So, if you're ready to hike, man, come on up. Water is flowing in certain areas pretty good, man. So, could be worse.
No, that's very true. We've had a very wet year, so we're fortunate to have more water than not.
Yeah, usually it's really dry at this time of year. So,
Definitely.
all right. So today we've got some shuttles going on. Jordan's gonna be heading back down to Atlanta, and then Mary's gonna be cruising around up here from Byron to Springer to here and there and there and here, and
right.
then probably get some on-demand calls, and then Jordan will be coming back up and doing some around here's, and then we'll end the day with some ribeyes and some smiles and some TV and music and good times,
That's
man.
right.
All
It's
right.
beautiful out. The hikers that I picked up at Unicoi too yesterday, they were telling me they're starting to notice some leaves at the higher elevations starting to get a little
Right
bit
in
of
their yard,
color
they are.
and that. And I've noticed a couple different spots down at Deep Gap. And I think when I was coming across, where was I coming out of yesterday? I think when I was coming across from Unicoi. Yeah, it's definitely getting to be that time of year.
Sweet, I like it,
Exciting.
man. Definitely, dude. Follow us here, guys. All right. Did you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good, thank you.
All right, kids, man. If anyone has anything at all that they need to ask us, feel free to give us a jingle or a text or a messenger or whatever you need
That's
to do,
right.
man. Just touch base with us if you need anything at all. All right, kids. One love. Peace. Thanks.